Because when I worked at Jewel, it was like, I gotta come over here and do my little 8 hours. But when I go to Abt, I'm like, I get to see these certain people. I get to do this certain stuff, and it gets me all excited.
Josh and I come from a very similar past. I never graduated high school. I had to go back and get my GED. I had no idea what I was going to do until I was about 26, and I decided on police work. Tried a few things, weren't successful. Tried some bad things that weren't successful. So if you're not interested in school, if you want to get into the trades, if you want to learn accounting or custom audio or HVAC or plumbing or electricity, you don't have to go to a school and learn it. You come here, we're going to pay you a really nice salary to learn it. Before you know it, you'll be certified and able probably to open your own business.
Don't do it alone. That's the big one. If you try to do it by yourself, you ain't gonna get nowhere. And ask for help when you need it. Because I didn't really, it was more like a pride thing for me because I didn't like asking for help for a lot of stuff. I'm like, hey, can I get help with this? And they gonna help you out.
Patrick's fired up.
How's everybody on time? We got about 40 minutes, 50 minutes for this conversation. Are we okay?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Are you okay? You got a hot date?
No. Well, not yet, at least.
Hasn't come in yet.
No. Yeah, I'm good.
You recognize that place up there?
Yeah, that's the warehouse.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're good.
All right, we're rolling.
My favorite day of the week.
There it is.
Podcast time. Let's get fired up. Pete, how are you?
I'm doing great, man.
Good.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm good.
You good?
I'm good.
All right.
I'm excited about today.
Me too.
What's going on over at the high school? Anything that we should know about?
Oh, yeah. We got seniors getting ready to graduate. We got prom coming up. So we're gearing up for all those kind of exciting things.
All right.
So, it's transition time at the high school.
Okay.
Which is fitting for this conversation in a way. Because, what do you do after prom and graduation?
Right. Well, we've got an iron pour coming up here at the beginning of May, and then we're going to have an expo. We're going to have probably 150 students here, all levels of high school from freshman to senior. The seniors are obviously who are not going to go off to a four-year college are going to be maybe looking for something. Mm-hmm. Are they what we call trade ready? Not yet. That's coming down the road probably a couple of years from now. But these are smart kids that are going to be looking for something. And so we'll have 30 to 40 different folks from the trades here. And it's going to be exciting.
That's awesome.
It's going to be great. Yeah. So let's get to our guest because this is, I'm kind of excited about today. All right. We've got Stefan here and Josh. I've known you both about the same time. So a couple months now, maybe no longer. We've known each other probably about a year now, I would think.
About a year.
Yeah. Let's start with you, Stefan, if you don't mind. Tell us who you are. How did you find yourself at Abt? I think it's a cool story. I think kind of like, if you don't mind just giving us a little bit.
Hi, Stefan Johnson. I work at Abt Electronics in Glenview. I started there about 8 years ago. I went in to inquire about getting some electronics or some furniture. My new house, I was moving out of state and had a conversation with the owner about a 6-month project. And 9 years later, I'm still there.
Wow. Wait, you went in to buy something?
Yes.
And you ended up working there?
Yeah, I already knew the owner, already knew the store from my previous career. So I went in to talk to them and say, hey, I'm moving out to Florida. I was wondering if I could stay a customer. And he said, sure, what are you doing? We talked about it. And he said, hey, I got a project I want you to work on for me. It'd take about 6 months. And I've been there ever since.
What was your previous job that you were?
I was a police officer in the village of Glenview. And Abt is in Glenview, so that's how I know the story.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How did you get into the police work?
That's a long story, too. My mother asked me to promise her I would never be a Chicago cop. My father was a Chicago cop, so I did. I promised her I'd never be a Chicago cop. So I came out to the suburbs and signed up. I did 28 years in Glenview, and I've been at Ep 9 years.
Wow.
Nice.
So I made a career out of both, making a career out of this one and made a great career out of police work.
I just first need to say thank you. The way you've welcomed us here at the Trade Collective, the way that I I'm excited to hear more about Abt because I think, and if many people around this area are customers, but I don't think they know the underbelly and the beautiful culture that is at Abt. And that's what I'm hoping we can talk about today and sort of I heard the average employee stays there 17 years. Is that the right number?
It's about right. Yeah.
About right.
We always say if you could make it 1 year there, because it's a tough grind of a place to work. But if you can fit into the culture and stay 1 year, usually people stay a very long time.
Josh.
Yes.
You just started there. How long ago did you start there? Tell us your story. Where are you from? How'd you get over there?
Okay. My name is Joshua. I grew up in Evanston all my life. And actually, you guys introduced me to Abt and the Abt family. So yeah, that's how I got in there. And what was the second question?
Well, tell me, you went to Evanston High School.
Yeah, I did.
And what happened after high school? What was going on for you? What was going on in your life?
I wanted to go to 4-year college. I got into like ISU, Illinois State, and I was planning on going, but some complications happened in the middle of that, and I didn't go, and so I was kind of hurt and kind of like felt some type of way about it, and I was just thinking like, okay, what can I do? What can I do? What could I do like to figure out like what I want to do in life? And I thank my parents a lot because they helped me. They guided me into the right direction. At first, I'm like, this is not gonna get me nowhere. I didn't want to do the route they wanted me to take, but it ended up working, and so I'm just grateful I could be here right now. So.
Go not to like, I'm not a therapist or a psychologist, but you said some stuff was going on. Tell me if you don't mind, because I think you're not the only one. There's a lot of kids that come out and don't go to a 4-year for whatever happens. Life happened. What goes on for you at that time?
They didn't let me go because they thought I wasn't ready for like any responsibility by myself, which now I believe it is kind of fair. But I mean, there's a lot of kids who are expected to go to college like right after high school, like that's in their family, but that's not really for everybody. So I mean, for my family, like a lot of people went to college, and college was like a big thing, but not going to college for real, it was like I would feel some type of way to see or to say, oh yeah, I didn't go to college, but my peers were like high honors and graduates, and they do all this stuff. So yes,
you're not supposed to ask people their age, but how old are you now?
20.
So it was a couple of years that you were going through this.
Yeah,
like that's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And what were you doing in that in between?
I was working, and I was taking part-time classes at Oakton to get my GED done. And so that's really what I was doing for like 2 years. And then I got introduced into like the trades by my neighbor actually. And cause he was a carpenter, and he does like stuff on his own. And I jumped in with him one day. He took me to one of his job sites, and I worked there for a day. I'm like, I can get into this. And so that's what really got me to the trades for.
So before we got into this interview, Pete, I asked, give me 1 to 10. What's it like at Abt? And you said,
I said 10. Yeah.
Now I need a little background on that. What makes it a 10?
Well,
first of all, how long have you been there now, and kind of what are you doing, and what makes it a 10?
Well, I've been there for like a month now. I think 2 weeks, a month. And for when I first started there, like everybody was so nice to me. Like they said, okay, if you need help, come ask me. I got you. I'm like, okay. It was kind of overwhelming at first, but as like you start to get to know people, and you get more comfortable around them, like it was real crazy at first, but it was also real simple to figure out because everybody was like helping me and stuff. So I got it like down packed in like 2 days.
But a 10 is kind of like the best you can get. So what makes it? What are the feelings that come up when you're excited to go to work?
Yeah,
tell me.
Because when I worked at Jewel, it was like, I gotta come over here and do my little 8 hours. But when I go to Abt, I'm like, yeah, I get to see these certain people. I get to do this certain stuff, and it gets me all excited. All that. Like, yeah, I'm ready to come to work every day.
So, Stefan, you it was probably a month and a half ago that we came over, and we brought 5 people over to Abt, and you led us on behind the scenes tour. And I first of all, you're just an incredible partner to us. First of all, thank you for believing in what we're doing.
Absolutely.
What happens on a tour like that? I mean, when you've got 5 young people who are looking for something, what goes on in your mind as you're guiding people through your world?
Josh and I come from a very similar past. I never graduated high school. I had to go back and get my GED. I had no idea what I was going to do until I was about 26, and I decided on police work. Tried a few things, weren't successful. Tried some bad things that weren't successful. So police work kind of became the thing. I found out that I was actually very good at it. The fact that I came out of my community, South Shore, all the way up to Glenview was a little bit of culture shock on top of doing a job that was tough, that I had to be perfect at all the time. I didn't have a lot of room for failure. So when I look at Josh and I looked at some of the other young people you brought through, I can relate. And the biggest thing that I needed, and kind of like what Josh needed, was somebody to kind of take me under the wing and push me in a certain direction. I didn't know what I was going to do to make money. Even when I became a police officer, I didn't realize how lucky I was to have been accepted into that profession. But somebody there used to tap me on the shoulder a lot. Say, hey, kid, don't go over there with those guys. Don't do that sort of police work. Do that sort of police work. When you go and you drive out here in Glenview, drive this way, not that way. And it was a lot. I mean, a ton of mentoring. And at the time, I didn't realize that's what it was. I just kind of went through the motions, did the best I could, went home. But about 3 to 4 years in, I started to see the vision of what police work really was evolving into, and what was good about it, and what was bad about it. And I had to make a decision in which way I wanted to go. So when I see Josh and some of the kids come through, I can relate. The first thing I think I tell them is about culture, about being friendly. You can be friendly and come in and kind of put yourself to the side and be a good employee, fit into the culture, fit into the family. These are the things we can offer you. This is how much money you'll probably be making in 4 or 5 years. This is what we can teach you. This is what we offer. Greatest thing about it is we're going to pay you to learn it. We're going to pay you to take advantage of a great opportunity. So if you're not interested in school, if you want to get into the trades, if you want to learn accounting or custom audio or HVAC or plumbing or electricity, you don't have to go to a school and learn it. You come here, we're going to pay you a really nice salary to learn it. Before you know it, you'll be certified and able probably to open your own business.
Back up.
No.
So you get paid to learn.
Yes.
You learn.
Yes.
And this isn't like book learning. This is like talk to me about what the hands-on experience is. Like, what does that entail? Do y'all have what is that? What's it look like? Walk us through it.
It's pretty big. It's kind of cool, but
yeah. It's like a little city. And
what? Tell me more.
All these different sections of the city. There's all these different opportunities in the city. And he's right. When you first get there, everybody is so supportive. It's kind of creeps you out. But then you realize they're genuine. They really do want to see you succeed. You succeed, they succeed. Josh succeeds at a job he's doing now. Some other kid gets to advance to a different position. We are a state certified trade school. We teach plumbing. We teach HVAC. We teach appliance repair. We teach HVAC installation repair. We teach custom audio, electrical, recycling, merchandising, accounts payable, accounts receivable. The Abt family way is, if we can't find enough skilled labor, if we can't find enough plumbers, if we can't find enough electricians, why don't we create some?
I was going to ask that question. Like, what was Abt University born out of?
Years ago, a young person would get a job at Abt. We would stick them out on the road with a couple of veterans in a truck and say, hey, learn a job. Well, the guys who 20 years ago were put in that position are now managers. They moved on, they moved up. And they knew what a struggle it was not to have a formal training process. So they created Abt University. And what it is an area in the store where we have kitchens and garages, laundry rooms,
attics, right? You have attics,
heating and cooling. We have live areas where you can actually dig and learn how to bury cable, or live walls, live everything that you can actually go in and with your hands learn how to run wire, how to fix electricity, how to drill successfully through a piece of glass towel without cracking it. We have ceilings and crawl spaces you have to learn how to work in to get your job done. And so it's not just places where you come in and there's a TV on. We physically train you to work on furnaces. And we feel that if you can go through a couple of weeks of Abt University, you can do about 70% of the jobs we're going to send you out on successfully every day. And then there's the expert stuff. So we went from 2 electricians to 24. Soon we'll be 48. Went from 3 plumbers to 6. Soon there'll be 12. And after 12, there'll be 24. We take kids now from high school off the streets if they have the aptitude and the attitude.
Mm-hmm.
It's huge. And they can fit into our culture. And we can certify them in HVAC. Within 2 to 3 weeks, they're out in your home installing, repairing, and bending sheet metal. We teach all that right in the store. And we pay you.
I was going to say, and you pay.
Yeah.
And why is that investment critical from Abt's perspective?
Abt's been around since 1936. We are constantly expanding. We have a serious growth problem. It's a good problem.
That's a great problem.
But we also are looking at, we are in our 4th generation of the Abt family, and we want to preserve what we have now and grow it. So when that 4th generation and then their children from the Abt family come, there's still a business there for them to grow, to live off of, to have as a basis for their family, and the basis for all the families that are there. We have many families that are there, 3rd generation. One family, I like to point them out. The dad's been there 54 years. He was there 54 years. His son has been there 27 years, and his son has been there 3 years.
Wow.
That says a lot.
That doesn't happen by mistake.
It does not. It's like I said, I went there for a 6-month project. I've been there 9 years. My kid works there now. So it's a family business.
And where does that come from? I got the opportunity to spend some time with John Abt, and I've felt it with him, but there's something about it being a family-owned business. And tell me what makes up that juju there. What makes that so good?
Well, it's the Abt family, of course. I always say to people, you see all these products, we sell them, we deliver them, we install them, we repair them, and when you don't want it anymore, we recycle it and turn it into another product for you 6 months later. But it's really about the culture and the customer service. That's really what we sell. If we had sucky culture and sucky customer service, people might shop once and never come back. But we've had customers that have been coming to us in 3rd and 4th generations of customers over the last 90 years.
Oh yeah, it's about loyalty.
I mean, really
and it's a real family. I mean, as someone who shops there, as someone whose wife's family shopped there, whose wife's mom shopped there, it's like that's where you go because you get this guaranteed experience, which is pretty unique.
Well, it's not just the experience of shopping. If you look in our atrium, we have the transformers, we have the light boards, we have the 50,000-year-old cave bear. We have all these
cookies.
280,000 cookies a year we're putting out. We just brought in lemonade and grilled cheese sandwiches.
What?
And
I got to go back.
It's more than a place to shop. It's an experience.
Yes.
Some people are bored. They come to Abt just to hang out all day. So it's we have movies in the Dave Abt Theater. So it's a serious experience, and it's a customer service experience that you can't get anywhere.
And that comes out of the culture though that you've developed and created, and that's intentional. So, like Josh, you said when you came in, you were like, was it kind of like, wait, was it different than any other place you'd been?
For sure, yes. Because I didn't. Well, the atrium at first was like, this is a store, because it looked like a mall, to be honest with you. But like, it was real cool. But like, I had no worries for real, to be honest with you. When I left, I'm like, they've done a good job with their company, because where they came from is like, they came from probably like a building like this big, and they expanded to huge operation. Like, that's kind of cool. So,
And like as a part of that, right? So like you started out, you spoke about how welcoming it is, how everybody's supportive. I mean, how does that feel compared to other jobs? Because I know you worked at a grocery chain. Sounds like you were at a grocer. How's that culture different? How's the Abt culture different than the previous culture?
Well, they take care of everybody basically. Like they don't have any favorites. Let me say that. Like they treat everybody equally, and they give the same amount of respect to each other, and they will do anything for you basically. So
that's great.
Where do you want to go? What do you think you want to do? When you went in there, what were you thinking you wanted to do? And then now that you've been there for a month, what is it? What's your future look like? What are you thinking you like? I mean, what are you doing now? And then where do you hope to maybe?
Right now I'm in the warehouse and I'm like helping customers with their appliances. But in like a year, I don't know. I could be anywhere, to be honest. They could put me on trucks. They could put me in Abt University. They could put me in customer service. Like is whatever.
And do you have choice over that, or there's somebody kind of mentoring you and saying, you know what, I think you'd be good as these things. I don't know how that works. And do you know yet?
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I think
maybe Stefan can help us with that, because we were talking before we got on here today. You were just saying you were very proud of him, and he was giving you kudos, and. Maybe you could, how does that work? What's the process for a young person?
What we want our newer employees to do is come in and learn the culture, learn how we do things at Abt, the Abt way, we call it. Once you learn the Abt way, it is everybody's job there, especially the managers and some of the senior employees, to kind of assess, hey, I've been watching Josh for a year. I think we ought to try him over here. Josh, what do you think about that opportunity? He also knows that he's going to be in the warehouse a year, maybe two. And then at that point, he'll be a senior person. It'll be his job to teach the new people coming through the door. His success is directly related to people coming in after him. So just as his success is directly related to the people who want to move on, but they got to teach him to do the job first before they get an opportunity to go somewhere else. So the process of assessment and feedback is constant. So I go through and I'll ask the managers, hey, how's Josh doing today? Or his name came up in an email. He did something really great, and apparently one of the managers had already had a conversation with him about a few things. And
is this true story?
Yeah. And so the comments were there in the emails. Oh, he's a great kid. Who brought him in? I did. Well, okay. Well, he makes me look really, really good. So every time he makes me look good, and I see there's an opportunity somewhere, I'll come to him. Hey, Josh, there's an opportunity in HVAC. There's an opportunity in custom audio. What do you think? Is it something you think you could do? And give him a chance to try it for a while and see if he likes it. If he does it, it's always safe in the warehouse or to wait for the next opportunity. And that's all over the building. The movement there is constant. And as we continue to grow, we just expanded to 123,000 total square feet of cell space. That won't stay still long. We have another 7 here, another 20 there, another 10 here. And so we're constantly expanding and growing. And that constant expansion and growth means constant opportunity for people who are doing well. Doing well.
Let's talk about money. And most people don't like talking openly about money, but we're going to talk about money because kids want to hear about it. Let's demystify what that means. I think a 3-generational legacy says a lot, but give us some indication of price and value. And you don't have to talk. Maybe Stefan could help us with this one, unless you want to share with what's going on. And are you happy with where you're at and where you're going to be headed?
Yeah.
You making more than the grocery store?
Most definitely.
Okay. But I don't mean to be tacky about that, but I do want to hear, I just want to know, give people a sense for what that means. If somebody's good, what does that longevity do? Because we're talking a lot about unions and versus non-union here. Mm-hmm. And you're a non-union company, but you take care of people. And what does that look like? How does that structured?
We don't want to be the 6th highest paying store. We want to be 1. And we want to be number 2. Of course, salaries have accelerated over the last 8 years that I've been there. When I got there, they were paying, some I think $12 an hour. I think our lowest pay now is 19 or 20. And the warehouse, it's 2021 plus bonuses. You get 4 bonuses a year plus overtime, extra shifts. So that comes out to about 46 a year to walk through the door. I tell kids all the time, tell me where you're going to go if you're not going to college, that you're going to be in 6 figures, $100,000 in the next 5 years. And that's the opportunity we offer you. And all we ask is that you come in, you be friendly, and you work hard. Come in, be friendly, work hard. We can teach you everything else. We can make you into a plumber or an electrician. You know, these are $175,000 a year jobs. These are jobs where you're actually making some money. It's like Josh said, he leaves Jewel, comes to Abt. I think we're paying about $6 more an hour average, depending on how long you were there.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, overtime and bonuses. The bonuses are like a report card. Every day you have a good day, we put some money on the table. Every day you have a bad day, we take a little money off. At the end of 4 months, whatever's on the table belongs to you. That's real money.
When we were doing the tour, one of the things that caught me was if people tell me about this little, and if you see somebody doing good, first of all, you have 1,900 employees, so everyone's always got an eye on it, seeing each other and connecting with each other. Tell me about this incentive thing, or what is that thing that happens there?
Like I said, if I see Josh doing something great, I have the ability to put some money on the table. We call it money on the table. It's a bonus fund. I have the ability every day to put some money in Josh's fund. More importantly, he has the ability every day to put more money in his fund. Every compliment he gets there, every smile that someone notices is great. Every time he goes out of his way to help a customer or a coworker or anybody there who might need some help, that's an opportunity for him to get a little bit more money on the table. We put a set amount, and then you add to it for 4 months, and then we pay it out to you. So that's a great incentive. It's
Is there a ding that happens on your phone or something like somebody? How does that translate? Has this happened yet for you?
Yeah. Actually,
tell me, how'd it go?
It happened my first week.
Really?
So, I was leaving work and I was throwing away something, but I missed the trash can, and so I went behind the trash can to pick it up, and apparently, Ricky, one of the owners, he saw me on camera. And as I was leaving, the security say, "Hey, come back. Ricky want to talk to you." I'm like, "Ricky want to talk to me? What?" I got scared for a second. I'm like, because I thought I did something wrong. But he ended up telling me, "Oh yeah, you did good for a new guy. You walked the walk, you talked the talk, yada yada yada." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Thank you, sir. I appreciate y'all. Keep doing good work." Yeah, so they're always watching you. So, and like just the little things.
Do you mind being that happened, that somebody was watching you? Is that weird, or was that okay?
No.
Okay.
They're their owners.
Well, yeah. But so they gave you a little bonus for that?
Yeah, they did.
Seriously?
Yeah.
How much?
Like $25.
That's not nothing. So
adds up.
What does that remind you of? What does that tell you? What does that do to you in your mind?
Makes me work harder.
Why?
Because good things come when you work harder, I guess. But
that was more about taking care of your house and taking care of each other and the place. That was what I heard when I was, what do you say? Take care of each other, take care of the store. What do you have a phrase?
I have a hunch though. I have a hunch you picked it up because you'd have picked it up anyway.
Yeah.
And that's just who you are.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what the employer wants. That's exactly what Abt wants, right? You talked about that culture, and there it is.
We handpick every employee that walks through that door.
Yeah.
And Josh was handpicked. You have to go through a very strenuous old school interview process. And if you come in, you're not, smiling, you're not going to be friendly, you're not going to work hard, you're going to chase our customers away.
That's for sure.
Ricky really, really is into neatness. You can walk through our 680,000 square foot warehouse and you're not going to see a speck of paper on the floor. Why? It is all of our jobs to pick up that piece of paper. It's all of our jobs to provide that customer service experience to everyone that comes in the store. I'm a customer. He's a customer. Mm-hmm. So if I'm walking through and he steps over a piece of paper, he's probably going to hear directly, "Hey, next time you should pick that up." But again, like you said, nobody had to coach him on that. That is why he got the $25 bonus. You know, he saw it. He saw it. He knew it wasn't right, and he fixed it without coaching. Exactly.
It's like when they was interviewing me, like the first thing they said was like, "Oh, keep the store clean." So I'm like, okay. And they asked me all these questions like, if you saw a piece of paper on the floor, would you pick it up? I'm like, yeah, of course I would. And he's like, that's a good answer right there.
Yeah.
So,
if it's snowing, we all shovel snow.
Yep.
If we're walking in and we see somebody struggling with a box, we all stop and help to carry the box.
Oh yeah.
Paper on the floor, water on the sales floor. We all stop and we make sure we stop. We stay with the water till somebody gets a mop, and then we help to get it up. That's just
it's pride too.
The thing you talked about earlier was our number one job is to protect the store.
Mm-hmm.
Protecting the store is making sure it's a place where our customers want to come.
Josh, has this changed your behavior at home at all? I'm not saying you had bad behavior at home, but has it made you think differently where you go in life?
A little bit, yeah.
Tell me.
It made me more cleaner in a way. I'm not saying like I'm dirty, but it made me like pay attention to more details and like if I see something, just make sure I can do 100%. So, kind of in a way, yeah.
You think your parents would agree that something is changing? I'm not saying there was anything to change. Was there?
I mean, you probably. Maybe. I don't know. It's a 50-50 right now.
Yeah.
But one of the things that is a common thread when we have folks your age on or around your age is like supportive parents. And it sounds like your parents have been very supportive throughout this whole journey.
Yes.
And I think I think people need to hear how important it is to have parents who support students, support graduates, support their kids in whatever career path and journey they take and help them along the way.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really important.
Yeah.
And because that story permissions other parents, other kids to be able to do that. So I think that's huge. So thank you for that.
You're welcome. Yeah.
So Josh, I'm thinking about kids right now. I'm thinking about high school kids. I don't know if they're watching this podcast, but maybe their parents are. What do you wish kids, let's go back to high school. And, you were going to go to ISU. That didn't happen. Your parents were saying maybe you weren't ready. It sounds like you're sort of agreeing, with a little distance from that. It was probably hard, but what would you say to kids who kind of, kids that weren't going to go to college probably starting freshman year, right?
Mm-hmm.
True?
Yeah.
And what would you guide them to? What would you say to young people who are, kind of forced down one road, but need to look at other things so that they can survive?
Don't do it alone. That's the big one. If you try to do it by yourself, you ain't gonna get nowhere. And ask for help when you need it. Because I didn't really. It was more like a pride thing for me because I didn't like asking for help for a lot of stuff. I'm like, hey, can I get help with this? And they gonna help you out.
What would you say to a freshman in high school who kind of knows their story right now, and or what kind of permission could you give them to go down a road like that? You sound happy.
I would say start now because you're young and you have a lot of life left. And if you start now, you can make your way up the ladder and become successful in whatever you want to do.
So to start, what I think about is in meeting people like Stefan, meeting people like you, and as you're in the warehouse now, and eventually you'll maybe develop a skill through Abt University, or my hope is that you get a mentor, and that's what it sounds like happens at Abt. But you get a mentor even as a freshman in high school. There's a young kid in town here who thinks he wants to be a plumber, so Cahill Plumbing. Charlie at Cahill has been awesome, and introducing him and brought him through his place, and it's a game changer. This is an invitation to people in the trades, in these companies, to come around and offer yourself to talk to young people.
I agree. I like what you said, start now. I was very guilty of not starting now. I was hanging out with my friends a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Hanging out with my friends, girls, sitting on the porch, having a good time, not really thinking about, okay, where am I going to be in 5 years? What was the first question I asked you when you came in? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I said here.
Yeah. Beautiful answer. That's what we want to hear. I'm going to be here. Excellent. I didn't have that. Nobody was asking me where I was going to be in 5 years. Just hanging out with my buddies. And that's important. But there's a time and a place to get what we call on the clock. Make some money, put things aside, save something, have a plan, then hang out with your buddies. If hanging out with your buddies is all you're doing 20 hours a day, you're probably not going to get far. You change a little bit. You said something earlier, actually, Pat, that you hope he has a mentor. And I kind of laughed. And there's a lot of mentors walking around after. Everybody there is a mentor. There's a lot of...
Speak into this, if you don't mind.
Sorry. There's a lot of mentors there. I think everybody you see there is a mentor because everybody's going to kind of give you a little guidance on what you should and shouldn't be doing. If you are not doing things the Abt way, you stick out really fast and quick. And everybody there is going to kind of turn on you a little bit and go, hey, you're not doing the right thing. And if you continue doing that, I'm going to let somebody know, or I'm going to take action to get you out the door. Like I said, it's a tough environment if you don't want to do the right thing.
Love it. I love the culture. I love the group mentoring. I also love the fact that you can get this Abt University piece debt free, because we always talk about the most expensive college degree is the one that's unfinished.
Yes,
because then you just have debt, and that's not the kind of debt that you can file bankruptcy for. It's the kind of debt that carries your whole life. You gotta pay that off. So to me, it's an amazing path. And you couple that opportunity with the culture that you've developed over decades, I don't know how long, but like that culture
90 years.
90 years of developing a culture.
Yes.
It's incredible, right? And that culture is sustained. And that's a credit again to how do you find the right people? So how do you do that? Because rigorous interview process, but how do you recruit? How do you find? Because it is such an amazing opportunity, and you have a longevity of about 17 years, average.
Yes. You find good people you kind of first start off with good people, and then you have those good people refer more good people. Most of our hires are through referral. Most of it. We get some great people off of Indeed. We get some great people who walk in. Right now, there's some companies that kind of laid off all their workers and all their techs, all their installers and delivery people. So now all those people are coming to Abt. And what we have to do is, we put a good person at the door and say, hey, don't let anybody who doesn't belong here in. And what I mean by that, and it's not an elitist situation, what we mean is, if the guy looks rude, if he looks mean, if he's coming through dirty, if he's coming through and he's not going to smile and have that infectious kind of personality with our customers, we don't want B employees. We don't want B plus employees. We want A plus employees like Josh. He is an A plus employee. It was a no-brainer when the people started to look at him and talk to him. He just kind of lights up the room with his warmth and his personality. That's what we want. We've had plumbers, very, very hard to find. They didn't last a day at Abt because they were grumpy. So we always say, as Mr. Abt would say, we want just nice, smiley, hardworking people. Yeah. We can teach them everything else.
Yeah.
Who said that? Miss Abt?
Mr. Abt, Ricky, he says that all the time.
Really?
Bob, the father of the four gentlemen who run the building, who run the store now, was a big fan of the Bellagio in Vegas. And if you come into our atrium that looks like a different mall, it has the Greco-Roman architecture to it. It has the fountain in the middle that dances and it plays music. It has lights. But the biggest thing he brought to Abt was the 5-foot rule. The 5-foot rule says that you as an employee see another employee, a customer, a vendor, anybody walking through the store, you should stop, smile warmly, and make sure they're being helped. That is what we're looking for. The 5-foot rule is huge. And again, you have that bonus fund. And if you don't like the 5-foot rule, we'll know. Because you'll get a negative 25 for throwing that piece of paper behind the garbage can and not getting it out.
Wow.
Yeah.
That would have been a rough first week if you had gotten a negative 25.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what to say. I'm really just, what I think about are other companies who really struggle keeping people, and we're hearing it over and over and over right now of large systems organizations that are struggling to retain people, or the Indeed. Nothing against Indeed. I just think that what I hear in your formula is a very referral based, interviewing face to face, and match is the biggest thing. And I don't know. I'm kind of worried sometimes about our world and using algorithms to find people. It's just, I'm comparing it to dating apps, and I have never done them, but people who are on them say they're just not great in finding a mate. People eventually, after 100 dates, find somebody, but it's an expensive way to, and maybe it's fun, but you on any dating apps?
Huh? No.
No?
No.
All right. Are you available? Are you single?
Yes.
All right. Josh is available. This is not what this is about, Josh.
This is a great podcast, Pat. What are we doing?
Did I just embarrass you?
Fired up.
Are you all right? I kind of did. Sorry, buddy.
No, but that algorithm thing is real. Like that is just because the algorithm kicks somebody out of the system doesn't mean that they're going to be the person who's going to do the 5 foot roll, who's going to smile, who's going to be genuine. And I think the other thing is you can't fake it. Like you can't fake that. That's a genuine quality in a person that they're that way outside app. They're that way at app. You can't put on that mask and just show up and fake it that way. Unless you're like Broadway level talent, in which case go to Broadway. But that's, I think, also part of the culture too, right?
It really is. It's, we don't use algorithms. We don't use texting and emails. We don't put 100 people in a room and see how many will stick. We take our employees one by one through a very rigorous hiring process, which involves the department manager. We want to look into their background a little bit. We want to put them in front of an app family member, some general managers who've been there 35, 40 years, some people who have great personalities and who are good at assessing people. I've been part of one hiring process or another for the better part of the last 30 years. This is a very unique hiring process. There's no standards or low or high grades. It's just people walking up to you and having a chat with you to see if you're the type of person who can come in there and take care of the store, take care of our customers, and help out.
You guys have any other thoughts as we kind of bring this to a close? Do you have any things that you're thinking about?
Mm-mm.
No?
Yeah.
What are you excited about in your future at Abt?
I'm hopefully going to move up, so I'm just excited to see what I'm going to do in the future. And hopefully I can stay there probably like 20 years.
Wow.
Maybe more.
Yeah.
So,
sounds like you might make a little bit of money. Like a good living.
probably, yeah. Most likely.
Can you see that?
I can. I could.
Do people talk? I don't know. I don't want to talk about money anymore, but I think it's an important part. You can make a living, right? You can make a living. You can make a decent living, and making a good living and working with people that are good and nice. I don't think there's anything better, right, Pete?
No, that's a win all around. I mean, that's climate and culture, and that's
How many people do we know that are just going through the grind?
man, plenty.
Right.
Come on now.
Right. Going through the grind just to make a couple bucks, not happy, right?
You know, in attached to a computer. You know, right? No hands-on, virtual meetings. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of blue light, a lot of like just they're dying inside. I mean, it's a slow. You know, when you get into a career, when you get into something you love, you can tell. And when you're part of a good culture, you can tell. And that's hard to find. I mean, I've been in education 30 years. When you find a good culture, you hang on to it and you nurture it and you recruit it, and you have to be intentional about forming it. You can tell. I go to schools all the time. You can tell when you walk in the door, did the lights match? Literally, did the lights match? Does the lighting match? Is the floor clean? You know, whenever we interview people, I always look for I look for people who will take care of our students, but I also look for people who I'd want to talk to, that are interesting, that are thoughtful. And, I always joke about I always call it the shopping cart. This is kind of like what you did, right? If there's a shopping cart in front of the school, on the school grounds, just sitting there, because we're over by, we're in a shopping center here. What do you do? And you'd be surprised how many people were like, I don't know what I'd do. And I'm like, seriously? You roll the damn cart into the school and, take care of it. You don't leave it out front, because that tells me there's no pride in anything. So I think that's a big thing. I call it the shopping cart. You're going to take care of the shopping cart in front of the school, then you're all right. If you're not going to take care of it, I got to wonder.
It's kind of like the broken window theory. If you're in a neighborhood where all the windows are broken, the grass isn't growing, there's paper all over the place, you're going to conduct yourself in the same sort of manner. When you're in Winnetka, grass is green, everything's nice, you're going to conduct yourself in a different manner. It's the same between maybe a warehouse where everything is robots and a warehouse where everybody is like family and friends. Mm-hmm. You're not going to come in Apt's warehouse and do certain things or act a certain way. You're going to get called out on it immediately. The feedback is immediate. The one thing I would tell people, especially young people, one of the things I hear constantly in interviews: where do you think you'll be in a year? I'm going to be the chief. I'm going to be the manager. I'm going to be the head of. Okay, slow down, kid. Patience. It's a process. It's not an event. Right. And so many people want to make life an event, but it's a process of steps that gets you there. But you got to be patient and you got to be realistic. So people come in, I want to make $20 an hour. Okay, here's your $20 an hour. 6 weeks later, they need 42 because their planning in other stages of life just isn't going well. So if you're patient and you're realistic and you realize it's a process at Abt, you're going to be successful.
Stefan, what would you say about Josh, and what impresses you about him, and what are you seeing so far, if you don't mind just sharing with us?
To be honest, I watch him first couple of weeks. I can see he was a little apprehensive. I think he was a little overwhelmed. We throw a lot at you in a short period of time because we want to see, like everybody there, you come in, we're teaching you the culture, we're teaching you the business from the bottom up, and we try to give you as much as we can, but without overwhelming you. Now I can see that he's kind of sucking in all the information. He's getting involved. He's the first one with a smile and his hand up when there's an assignment to be given out. These are very, very important steps that all of us are managing. It's so much harder to push an employee than it is to hold them back a little bit. And we have to hold Josh back. That's a very, very encouraging sign. I think once he's in the warehouse a while, as we get crowded at the bottom, he's going to be one of these employees that we're going to be pushing to do different things. I tell people all the time, it's Abt. If you had any idea how much money the people on Abt sales floor make selling washers and dryers and microwaves, you'd be very shocked. Same thing with the guys who, the backbone of the company. They're out there in the truck at 6:30 in the morning, delivering to our customers up and down the stairs, winter, summer, hot, cold, and they're out there. They're the last. There's a last person to see our customers, so they're really kind of the face of Abt, and they're very well taken care of. Sometimes, in any profession, I was a police officer 28 years. There were years, months in there, I just wasn't a happy employee, but I stuck it out, and I'm very happy I did.
Any other closing thoughts as we close out here on your first podcast ever, Josh? I tell your mom you love her.
I tell her that every day.
Okay.
But if there's like parents watching this or any like young adults, I would recommend coming here because it is a life changer and it can help you like figure out what you want to do in life.
Thanks, Josh. Let me just say I'm proud of you. As I've gotten to know you, I'm really proud of you. I think you're awesome.
Thank you.
Okay. You're a very impressive young man. And I'm glad to know your mom too. She's pretty spectacular. She's a geometry teacher at Evanston High School, and she worries about her students like anybody, like any teacher would. But she came in here one time and she's like, I don't know how many. I think 100. I don't know how many students she sees in a day, 4 or 5 classes. She worries about people and kids. she can predict stuff. Teachers are really interesting people if they are tuned in, and she's a very tuned in teacher to these kids and worries about them. So I've enjoyed my conversations with your mom. You got a nice mom.
Yeah, a lot of people like my mom.
Yeah, yeah,
She's well known around here.
yeah. Stefan, anything as we close out here?
Thanks for having me. Look forward to doing business with you.
Yeah.
Getting to know you and kind of growing together even more. And I look forward to another couple hundred guys like Josh coming through the door at Abt. Yeah.
Coming.
Nice.
Guys and girls.
Yeah, let's talk about that real quick. Real quick. Tell me, what are you looking for?
As usual, we're looking for hardworking people, happy, smart, hardworking. If you can give us those three things, we can build a future for you at Abt.
Love it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Sure.
Pete,
Yep.
we got some barbecue sauce to give
We got
away.
Some Heckies.
So Hecky was a good friend of mine, and this is called the Sauce Studio. The studio is named after Hecky. He cared a lot about getting kids into workforce and things that were good for kids and for young people. And so there you go. You like Hecky's barbecue sauce? Please say yes.
Yeah,
All right. You ever had it?
I have. Yeah.
All right. Good. Well, welcome, and thank you for being here today.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. I'm going to put this to immediate work tonight.
Perfect.
I'm gonna give this to my dad.
Good. Good. That's nice. Well, that's it.
That's it.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.